Hi there, my name is Tracy. This is the 3-Wick Thesis candle channel, and today I have for you a lit review episode focused on a new to me retailer, Kirkland's. And one of y'all had asked in my comment section, unfortunately that comment got deleted along with the post because I couldn't add photos to it, and that's what I was trying to do. You asked me if I ever review Kirkland's candles, and at the time the answer would have been no, but I stopped by Kirkland's because they had a cotton fragrance I wanted to pick up for my best cotton linen laundry Best in Glow episode I have coming up, and I saw that they have some Halloween candles and I couldn't resist. So I am going to share with you the scent notes, how they smell on cold, show you the label, talk about the wax and wicks. I'll cut the video, go out, burn these, and come back with notes about strength and throw and show you some burn footage or any concerns I have about burn quality. I picked these up in person, but they did put it in a box, which I think is nice. And the box does have dividers in it, so it's similar to like the Bath & Body Works crates. So you know when you leave the store, it's going to be safe. I mean, unless you really drop the box. And I got 4 candles total. 3 of them are Halloween, and like I said, the 4th one was the soft cotton. Not going to talk about this one because this is coming up in the laundry episode. If you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed, turn on your notifications. It'll probably be at least 2 or 3 weeks before I get that one published. I have one more that's getting delivered to my house, and then I can do the cold recording, and then I can start playing. And I usually play for a couple of weeks when I do my research videos, so probably 3 weeks, 4 at the most. But the other 3 are Halloween fragrances. The first one I pulled out is Ghosty and Roasty. It is caramel, almond, and sugarcane. And on cold, this is a delicious fragrance. The almond note comes through first for me, and it smells a little bit like almond extract or what you might get in like an almond liqueur. It's not boozy, it's just very concentrated. And I can appreciate that it doesn't go the way of marzipan. I feel like so often almond fragrance equals almond marzipan, which is also very sweet. And this just feels like an almond extract, so like a bakery almond without being too sweet. The caramel is in there, but it's not cloying. It's not too overpowering. It just adds a sort of like brown sugar vibe to it. And then you just get this hint of sweetness from the sugarcane. If this delivers, I will love it. Given the price point of these, now these were on sale for 40% off. I'll put the price somewhere around here because I don't remember what I paid, but these were cheap, which concerns me. The label is adorable, all right? Adorable. So first of all, this is a matte finish and it feels like wallpaper. So it's textured, but it's matte. And look at the ghosties. They are so cute. And the pink with the black accents. So you have a matte black lid with no embossed anything. It's just flat, matte, beautiful black label with the information about the candle. Wax on this is just a plain white wax, and these are core wicks. This is their 3-wick. It is 14 ounces. Here we go. Retails for $12.99, but I got it for 40% off. And this one has a pour date of March 17th of this year. I love the label, so even if this doesn't work out, this is Halloween decor, in my opinion. I also picked up their Spooky and Groovy. Again, you have that matte kind of wallpaper vibe. This one has skeletons on it and pumpkins and little coffins, witches' hats. The wraparound is amazing. They did a really good job with the seal. The seal is right here, so you can't tell. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. And this one has scent notes of cinnamon, fennel, and sweet. This just smells like classic pumpkin spice. Fennel tends to give off a sort of, in my opinion, like a licorice vibe. It's a little bit vegetal, but also licoricey. So you get a hint of like licorice sweetness, but it doesn't go the way of like a black jelly bean. The cinnamon is warm and spicy. I don't know what the sweet note is in here. It kind of just smells like a classic pumpkin fragrance, like squashy sweet. Yeah, that's yummy. I like how that smells on warm too. These are both really beautiful fragrances. Not super strong on cold, but they're detectable, so there's hope. The last one is Eerie and Cheery. Purple with spider webs and spiders. I love this color. Black lid, same wax, same wicks. And this one has the scent notes of orange, lemon, and musk. Now, I don't associate these fragrances with Halloween whatsoever. The hub saw it. He says, I don't care. We're getting that one because he loves citrus. And this is just your classic tangy citrus. It reads like an orange drink powder or like a Flintstones vitamin to me. It's not my jam. He loves it. It's like in the realm of like the volcano smell. Yeah, just very tart, almost powdery orange citrus. I do get the lemon, which adds a little bit of sweet brightness to it, which is nice. Again, not my thing, but even if it's not my thing, he'll love it. Plus Halloween decor. And y'all, if you put the three together, look at how cute this is in terms of Halloween decoration. Just the color scheme. Amazing. All right, I'm going to go fire these up and test them out at least once, but hopefully more than that, so that you get some insight into the fragrance on warm, how it evolves, scent throw. Sometimes it takes 3 burns for a candle to come to life, and I'll be right back after the cut to report to you my findings. All right, y'all, I've spent a lot of time with these candles. One of them, the hubs really gravitated towards, no big surprise, that was the orange, lemon, and musk candle. I have some insights into each one, but I want to first start off by talking about the collection as a whole. Number one, love the label. Love the labels on all 3 of these. And something I noticed about Kirkland's, and this is the first time I've ever burned this brand, is that something about their wax, it melts the full outside edge of the jar when it's lit, and then they place their label just slightly higher up on the jar, so you'll notice that it doesn't come all the way down and wrap around this edge here. So when it's lit, and I'll show you this video here, it has this just phenomenal glow that not only radiates from the top of the candle, but also from the bottom, and it's just absolutely stunning. Love that feature. I wish that Bath & Body Works and Goose Creek would move that direction. I don't know how they do it, but I do really appreciate the glow of their candle. The other thing that I will note is I found all 3 of these to be very slow to start in terms of burn. So let's see, Ghosty Toasty and Eerie and Cheery didn't even come to a full wax pool. Like, it just wasn't achieved on the first burn, and the wicks got so long and kind of sooty, but it didn't pool out. That was like the first 2 burns. After that, it pulled out, but it was burning very rapidly. So the wax pool diminishes and evaporates much quicker than Goose Creek or Bath & Body Works. It's a cheaper candle, so not that big of a deal to me, but in terms of speed, I would put this on par with like a Homeworks candle. You're not going to get the maximum time that's listed. And actually, I don't even know if they put a maximum time on here. Yeah, 25 hours, maybe. You'd be lucky to get 25 hours out of these. Good that they don't have a range, because I think that might be the actual like maximum you could get. The other thing I would highlight is that none of these are very powerful. So you're not going to get a lot of fragrance. You might designate this to a bathroom or a bedroom space. I actually am going to designate a lot of mine to just being companion candles. So for example, the citrus one we were burning with other citrus candles this month, and I just like that it adds Halloween decor. So it's not going to fight with other fragrances. So if you have one you really enjoy and you just want something to ramp things up a bit and you want the Halloween decor, I think these would be good for that. But standalone in your space, there's really only one of them that stands a chance at that. And even then, I don't think it could compete with like a Goose Creek, even a light Goose Creek. I don't think it could compete with it. So I'll start with the one that was my least favorite. And it's not because it's a bad fragrance. I actually really do like the Eerie and Cheery. This is the one that's citrusy. I'm marking it down for 2 reasons. One, the citrus in here does not feel like Halloween to me at all. So sometimes you have like a blood orange from Yankee, and it kind of makes sense because the blood orange feels like, oh yeah, there's blood, right? It's Halloween-y. Or there's a spice note in it, so it feels like fall. This is just a straight up citrus candle. And that's not a bad thing. It just feels more appropriate for summer to me. It's bright. On warm, you get a sense of what almost feels like grapefruit. There's not a grapefruit note in here, but it is very tart and high-pitched in the way that grapefruit scents are. So I like the fragrance. It just doesn't feel like fall to me. And then anywhere near this candle, even right up next to it, it felt almost unscented to me. You just got a hint of like a tangy sharpness from the citrus, and that's it. I put in my notes that you get a light tang. And then what's even worse is that it seems to be a thrower, but it's elusive. So if you're sitting next to it, you really can't smell it hardly at all. But if you're walking around the room, once in a while, you'll just hit a pocket. It's not strong, but you're like, what's that smell? And it's so tangy that it's almost off-putting. So I think this one would have potential. I think the closer you got to it, the juicier it felt. So like if you were sitting right next to it, I got more of a sense of the orange that's in here, but was so light that, you know, it's like I was longing for something that was cohesive and powerful and Halloween. I don't know. This doesn't feel like a Halloween candle to me. Glad I tried it. Love the jar. Love it for decor. We'll use it as a companion. I probably would still rebuy it because this was so cheap, but I'm literally only buying it for the label though. It's also a win for me because the hubs loves citrus and he likes the smell of it. He just wishes he could get more. Let me see. We're pretty far through that one. Yeah, probably like a third of the way through it. And number 2 is Spooky and Groovy. Now this one, disappointed for a couple of reasons. Number 1, this is basically unscented. Even when I was sitting right next to it, I had to do this to even like get a sense of what it smelled like. And at one point I started smelling burnt hair. So I like, you know, you got too close when you can smell burnt hair. The other thing I'm disappointed in is it has this fennel note in it. And fennel is often an anise scent. It smells like anise star or like a black licorice. That's not in here. I don't get that at all. The other thing is this sweet note. I would expect it to be like sugar, and it's apple, which I don't mind, but like put apple, right? If you're going to put apple fragrance in it, just put that it's an apple candle. So what I can get from this fragrance just ends up smelling like a baked cinnamon apple. It's not unpleasant. It's just very boring, and it's basically unscented. I mean, I didn't even take notes on the throw. I just wrote basically unscented. So again, I like the label. I will burn this with my other cinnamon apple fragrances, but I would never put this in a space by itself. Good news is all of these have clean wax burn so far. I'm not super deep into the candles, so that could change, but you know, they're at least burning clean. Number 1 is Ghosty and Toasty. Now, literally, the only reason this one is number 1 is because I got a sense of its presence. With that said, it was light, leaning towards medium, so this is still not a strong candle. I still would use this as a companion, or I would burn it in my bathroom. That sort of vibe. I don't want caramel almond in my bedroom, so it would be more of a bathroom fragrance or a companion fragrance. The caramel note in here is really nice. It's soft, it's warm. It reminds me a lot of like one of those soft chew caramel candies. The almond is very rich and creamy. It definitely feels like a bakery almond that doesn't necessarily go the way of marzipan. It almost leans more of like an almond praline with the way that it plays with the caramel note that's in here. This one was weird in terms of burn quality. So you're going to see there's some wax on the walls. That's my fault. I sloshed it around when it was wet. The wicks on this one have become very puny. So like at first it was really, really hot burn, high flames, and then it died down. This is, I think, my 3rd burn in. It died down and now it's just swamp wicks. It stays lit, but it takes a long time to cool, and I don't feel like I'm getting as much fragrance from it as I did on the first couple of burns. So there could be some burn issues with this one. You know, I wouldn't recommend any of these. The only reason I would recommend these if you want the decor, because this one's pretty rad, right? So if you want decor and you plan on using companion candles, pick these up. Otherwise, it's not worth the coin. And I do have additional Kirkland's stuff coming down the pipeline. I have one in my cotton episode that I'm going to do. The hubs have some wax melts that you'll see, and it empties. So you will get more feedback on this brand, but as it stands right now, this is not a brand that I'm going to return to. I might pick up like a Christmas scent or something just to try it out. But right now, I'm not impressed. I wouldn't go back. Let me know in the comments below, have you tried Kirkland's? What has been your experience with their candles? Do you have any questions for me about these 3 Halloween vessels and their performance or their scent and throw? Put those there as well. If you appreciated this review, give me a thumbs up. That always makes me feel good. Make sure before you take off, you hit that subscribe button. If you get bored of me or tired of me pushing content, you can always unsubscribe. If you want to be notified when I push content, make sure you turn on notifications and feel free to share my stuff with anybody you think would enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'll see you again in my next review. Bye-bye.